College and University Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Bernie Fishbein worked as an advocate for the Electricians Union, representing them in over 60 separate legal cases over the past 20 years. Despite this obvious conflict of interest, your College of Trade saw fit to appoint him as chair of the Electricians Ratio Review Panel, where he went on to recommend the ratio proposed by the union that employed him for 20 years. Minister, it is unbelievable that you have accepted this conflict of interest and done nothing about it. And Mr. Speaker, yesterday the Minister told the House he was going to appoint an advisor to review the boondoggle at the College of Trades. Mr. Speaker, in spite of his clear conflict of interest and in spite of his ongoing judicial review and his bias, Bernie Fishbein is apparently to be considered for this job, a whole review of the College of Trades. So to the Minister, will you be appointing this long-time paid advocate of the Electricians Union, Bernie Fishbein, to be your advisor for the planned review of the Ontario College of Trades?
Thank you. Minister of Training, College, Universities.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the member opposite for that question. Mr. Speaker, the College of Trade has been doing a great job since it started its operation just about over a year ago. We created this college because we believe that, Mr. Speaker, the tradespeople there, the people who can decide on their own profession. That's why we have created the College of Trade. Not only that, Mr. Speaker, to raise the profile of the tradespeople, because we believe that electricians, mechanics, and other professionals and other tradespeople, they have the same right, and they have the same right as doctors, dentists, and the teachers and others to regulate their own profession. That's why we have created the College of Trades, and they've been doing a great job, Mr. Speaker, since they started their operation about a year ago. Mr. Speaker, in the past 14-15 months since their operation, they have reviewed 33 professions, 33 trades, and they've reduced the ratios in 14 of them, Mr. Speaker. So I'll address the question, the second part, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Supplementary.
Well, you didn't address the first part of the question. So first of all, let's correct the record. Under Fishbein's biased recommendation, Ontario raised apprenticeship ratios for the electrician's trade from 3-to-1 to 6-to-1. That is more than double. They got exactly what the union wanted. Second, the College of Trades is a boondoggle. It's not. You have to know that no one likes it after all this. So special interest groups are running the place. They're restricting competition and are raising the cost of hiring tradespeople for Ontario companies. Also, in fact, young Ontarians are leaving to take apprenticeships in other provinces. So to the Minister, have you had any discussions with special interest groups regarding the appointment of this advisor, Mr. Bernie Fishbein, to the Ontario College of Trades? Minister, what deals have been made regarding Bernie Fishbein's appointment?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the College of Trade, as I said, has been doing a great job, and in relation to the conflict of interest, the member referring to it, the case is before the court, so I'm not going to comment on that, Mr. Speaker. But you know, Mr. Speaker, since we created the College of Trade, for the past many years, when the members opposite his party was in office, they never reviewed any single profession, the ratios. They never did it. But the College of Trade, within just 14-15 months since its operation, they reviewed the ratios in 33 professions, Mr. Speaker, 33 trades, and they reduced the ratios in 14 of them. So they have been doing a great job, Mr. Speaker, and this is for the first time in the history of this province that we have a regulatory college for tradespeople, and they actually love to have this college, Mr. Speaker. They want to have the college. They want to decide on their own profession. That's why we have created the college, and tradespeople, they like the college, in contrast to what the member opposite claimed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Question, the member from Algoma.